Champions, welcome. The squares have aligned and bingo is nigh. It's time for Elden Squares Season 3 Golden Order action. And today, the O has to go for someone as we have a clash of two undefeated teams. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, we have the Tower Princesses. Their primary DLC player is a man who devours Skittles like Marshawn Lynch. He is a Pokemon addict as he slowly works to climb from rank Z to rank A, but there is no doubt that there is always an A in ASIM, and he looks to have an A+ game today. It is none other than ASIM Mr. Skittles and his teammate. A man, the fastest man on the 25 squares. Someone who has never lost a regular season bingo game unless he's playing a pig. It is none other than Nexus the Uncapped. And their opponents fighting out of the blue corner. We have the man who made this all possible. Someone who has proven that he not only belongs in this league, but is a dominant force to be reckoned with. It is one half of time complexity, none other than Sci-Fi Code. And his teammate, the reigning, defending, undisputed Elden Bingo Lord. It is none other than Shura the Absolute. Now let's get ready to run that board and square off. All right, Rambler, you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Also, really quickly, Kyofto, thank you so much for the raid, guys. Mods, we can get a shout out for him. Kyofto is one of our great players in the Crucible. Thank you so much for the raid. We really do appreciate it. Welcome in, everyone. Now let's get ready for some bingo. Ramblers, center square.
Beloved Stardust.
Millennia, of course.
You're gonna wish into existence.
Acquire True Crucible Talismans is the center square. I will go ahead and lead you guys through the fun stuff, and then Rambler, much bigger brain than me, will give you the technical analysis here. In row number one, we have Borealis of the Freezing Fog. We saw Sci-Fi make this play really early on the season, doing it basically hitless, as well as Lynchdag and Fortisax, a couple dragons on that top row, and Metter, Mother of the Fingers, probably the latest square in the entire square set. On row number two here, we have Blood Tax Ash of War. We saw that being a very popular rush square last game, and it is just genuinely very popular. We have Scattertree Avatar, so that's the reason to go back section, but we also have Wolf Lion Bear Hippo, so maybe you want to go front side for that Hippo. In the middle row here, we have three Crucible Knight variants that will necessitate a Devonia kill there. And there's that Beloved Stardust that Rambler was talking about earlier. In the row number four, we have Chief Blood Fiend. That is a pretty common DLC rush square. I know Shura used to like that one a lot. I'm unsure of how common it is in the meta now as it is developed. We have Grafted Scion. They're another popular rush square, so look for that one to be rushed potentially right away, as well as Imbibe at St. Trina's Nectar. That is kill PK, and then Valiant Gargoyles, everyone's favorite. Gotta love Gargs. Commander Nile, another pretty popular early square after getting Altus access. Death Knights, Colossal Armaments only. Maybe we see an early Colossal kill on like a Godric. And 5 Remembrance bosses, including Blail as well as Blade of Mercy Dagger. Before we give the technical analysis over to Rambler, I do want to say this is a pretty DLC heavy board here, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 DLC squares. Rambler, I'm sure you wish you had this board yesterday, but what is your take?
This is incredibly heavy on DLC, not only because of the squares that are like you need to do in DLC, but you also have a couple that, like, realistically speaking, you're doing DLC. 5 different Remembrance bosses doesn't need DLC, but it's much easier there. Same with Legendary Spirit Ashes. Now, when I see a board like this, the first thing I think about is like, is there a path to the GLC for my second player, right? Like from the base game player to make his way there. And there is like a couple. Like I'd say like 46 is an interesting square here because it is spearheading column two, which is other than that is all GLC. So I think going for 46 early could be very powerful. Another thing that is important to notice is that the GLC that has a few squares that are kind of like slow, right? Below Stardust feeds into Matter, but Matter takes a long time. You need to run a long time to get to PK and do the Imbibe St. Trina's Nectar. And you need to go back section to drain the water, get Scadutree Avatar, which is a long fight as well. So we have heavy late game GLC and not much synergy elsewhere in the rest of the board. So I would expect 46 to be contested pretty early compared to most games. Blood Tax is also an interesting option if you want to go through the GLC through Moog. But I think Rodan is gonna get killed very fast as well because Gargoyles is a diagonal square and Bosses Incaded is in the other diagonal. So I think Rodan is a very powerful initial play and 46 a very good second square to strive for.
100%. And I'm curious here because we have two squares that I think are really good, like rush squares for particularly a primary base game player with both Grafted Scion and Blood Tax. Which one do you think is more valuable in this situation?
I think Blood Tax, because of the position, it's very important to get a block on the diagonal because otherwise you would need to either kill the bosses in Kaled or basically gamble in the GLC. Whether because Crucible Talismans is a square that can be very fast, and this is a back section board, so getting first to the GLC basically guarantees you the square. And if like any hiccup might like scare you away from going for that center square, right? So I don't know if I would like to leave Blood Tax on the board.
I also do want to point out here this was a really bad weapon seed. Both the teams, the best weapons in Roundtable or starting classes were Stone Club and Venomous Fang. We saw Shura did the Greatsword check there and got Milady. We saw Ellie, it's not necessarily the best weapon, but we did see Ellie use it to great effect last weekend. But really not the strongest weapon seed early on here.
Yeah, that puts a wrench on everything, right? Because at that point you would prefer to have like a very clear idea of where you're going and what you're gonna be doing with it. But the fact that they might need to do like a few weapon checks will probably change the plans a little bit. In these bad seeds for weapons, I tend to prefer to check a couple merchants before making a decision, especially if I'm the base game player, because the GLC player usually is more in a more of a rush and gets the best weapon available no matter what. The interesting thing here is that they kind of like took the opposite route each, right? Asim decided to go for the Venomous Fang. The Venomous Fang is with Sai in this game. So I am pretty sure that Asim is just gonna like suck it up and go with the Venomous Fang for the rest of the match, while I think Shura is still looking for something better, and Sai may be the scout for that.
Yeah. And this is kind of Blood Tax cannot go on claws, right? I wouldn't think so.
Can.
I mean, because there actually is, obviously, if you fight something that is status immune, you are in hell, right? But if you go occult on either not occult, blood scaling, like a bleed on that Venomous Fang, right? You'll get the deadly poison procs faster, you'll get bleed procs faster. Like, I think that is a viable route, but you just can't get, and you don't want to get in a situation where you have to fight Valiant Gargs or a Death Knight or even Crucible Knights with that, right? Like, you'd really have to play around it if that was the weapon you were going to go. But it doesn't matter though, because thank you, cronies, it cannot go in claws or fists.
Yeah, I checked as well. Yeah, like Cronus is correct. It cannot go on those weapons. It can go on Milady, for example.
Yeah, I didn't think so,
Which,
but I kind of felt like with claws, maybe like because it's like a impaling type of thing, right? Maybe it does, but no.
yeah, but that's one of the weird things, right? Like Pata has impaling thrust originally, but you cannot put impaling thrust in it.
Mm.
It's
Same thing
one
with
of those dumb
the
things of the
Qatar, with the
game.
Qatar.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those dumb things that the game has. But I think sure it's just committing to the club.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing: is the club it's a very solid weapon, right? You get a lot of stance breaks, right? Like it's not terrible. It really is a solid weapon. The thing is, even though the poise damage is really good, just the raw DPS on it is not what you would want, right? So you will bleed time on every fight due to DTS, but great poise damage can take wild strikes, right? There's a lot of things to like about the club.
Yeah, this is consistent, right? Like it's a weapon you know what you're getting from. Uh, so you can play around. Also, like the staggers might be interesting to get. Now, these are not the type of weapons that you want to take to do Scado Tree Avatar or Matter.
Yes.
Like, you definitely would like something better than that. What I am considering, though, like with this particular setup, is that
Sure fails to skip there.
Yeah.
And it does look like we do have I can see both players, both Sci-Fi and Nexus, have their cursor over the square. It's a blood tax race. Nexus and Psy are both going for it. Nexus is ahead of Psy right now, but it'll also come down to what's a better weapon on Makar. I'm not really sure. Is it Stone Club or is it Venomous Fang? I think Venomous Fang, but Nexus does have a pretty somewhat sizable lead here in terms of routing.
Yeah, I wonder how much money Side still has if he used the lens between rune or not. Because he could be going for if he already upgrade. Oh, he already upgraded to +7. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's gonna go
and my
+7.
apologies, Nexus does not have his ones yet, so actually they're a lot more even routing wise than it looks on the screen, because Nexus has not gone to pick up his ones in Stormhill yet.
Well, that's interesting. Interesting decision.
Oh, Nexus is kind of in hell here with this bat. All right, does able to get out of it.
He got the stagger. Like
Yeah.
one strategy that has been very popular with this guy is getting a stagger on him with a charged attack, so you can climb the ladders in safety, even though you might get still poisoned. Psy just goes for the ladder, and that's dangerous precisely because of that potential for the fly. He did not get it, but there is a chance the bat will scream on him.
Yeah.
And that would mean not necessarily death, but definitely a quit out at the very least.
And we see Asim and Shura are basically in the exact same spot. Asim's a little ahead on screen, but Shura is a little bit behind due to stream delay, so they're dead even. We're gonna have double Red Wolf here, so let's go ahead and go big screen with both of our DLC rushers doing the patent pending Godric Granola rush. Damage does look better. The claw's damage looks really good.
Yeah, Venomous Fang is a very good weapon for these early fights because you get the deadly poison acts faster than normal poison, gives you much more damage.
In Sci-Fi actually is by far, very nicely done by both of them. Sci-Fi is actually by far the first person into Makar.
Oh yeah. If everything goes well, he's gonna get to Altus before 10 minutes.
Venomous Fang is great weapon +0. This is a super deep cut, but I remember in the finals of Maidenless Bingo Season 3, it was Chris Crisco up against Chris P. And Chris Crisco used the Venomous Fang the entire game, and that was a format where like you did a lot of stuff +0. It was very early and rush heavy, and the Venomous Fang cooked. I remember watching that game and thinking, damn, Venomous Fang is really, really good.
Yeah, the only problem is obviously like with claws, these claws or any claws, is the stagger ability is not quite there compared to other weapons. So you basically make the weapons out of the status effect and the ability of like getting a lot of hits.
Yeah, but
this is like
Deadly Poison
very
plus
good,
Frost is
damage.
cooking. We see Asim and Nexus. All right, Asim and Nexus, or Asim and Shura are both in on Margit here, but we're gonna go full screen with Asim, or with Nexus. Oh my god, see how his Makar goes here. Shura gets through Margit.
A very interesting situation. Wild Strikes made the difference that Shura lost on Red Wolf.
You know, and actually maybe a little bit of a knowledge check here, because Impaling Thrust does go on claws. Asim is rocking Impaling Thrust. Meanwhile, Sai just went and got Hoarfrost Stomp. I don't know if that was...
so that was the time difference then. He went there to buy it.
I don't know if that was... I wonder if Sai knows that the claws could get Impaling Thrust, or if he just chose to get it instead. All our players off to a hot start. Makars, Margits, and Red Wolf all done without a hitch.
Nexus did the fight very, very fast.
Yeah, he did.
He's not that far behind. He's gonna, unless something happens to Sai, he's still gonna lose on Blood Tax if he goes for it. But he's as close as he would get, like, even though he did like a kind of like a weird order of things there.
Yeah. He didn't follow PEMDAS, didn't order of operations was wrong.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Sai really likes to do is optimize these like fast rush squares, right? He did that to GLC squares like Tioli's concoction. He really focused on like getting the best lines and getting the best possible way of optimizing the routes on this. And Blood Tax is basically that, right? The only thing you need to kill is a Scarab.
Yeah, we kind of see Nexus getting out Nexus here. This is revenge for the Crackpots routing that he did last season, right?
Yeah, he basically destroyed one of my favorite squares. Well, two of my favorite squares paintings was also destroyed by Nexus. It is an interesting path he's taking though, because he thought he would get the invasion here. I think Nexus just lost actually at this point.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sci-Fi, he's got his glasses on, he's chilling, just doing his job. Shura is doing Wild Strikes things against Godric as buffer there for Asim.
He has potential to do a sub 13 if he doesn't quit out. I think he will for safety, but if he doesn't quit out, yeah, he's going straight for the blood. He's not even getting the grace. He doesn't plan on sticking around in Mogwin, so that makes sense. So he's gonna get a sub 13 blood tax. That's a great time.
Yeah, and I wonder if, I mean, I like getting that grace a lot, particularly because you have access to that Lord's Rune, which is such a big early cash injection, right? It can help you out a lot. But I wonder if, you know, out of respect to Nexus, who is known for being fantastic at these rush squares, right? He's kind of just saying, you know, I gotta full send it, right?
Yeah, but he can go back for it anyway, right? So
that he can. Because yeah, Nexus got cooked on this race. Nexus got absolutely cooked. I've never seen Nexus get so cooked on just a straight up race.
And that was a 12:53 mark on blood tax. That's amazing. I think that's the the fastest I've seen the square get marked.
If you're side, do you immediately go back for Scion?
No, I probably use the first square to set up. And to be quite honest, I think in his case, especially with if he gets Impaling Thrust, 46 is a very nice second square. A very, very nice second square for him. Because he would be in a position where he's just a run away from the GLC if Shura needs. He also gets a block on that road that has Matter. Like you really don't want to have to go Matter this game, despite the beloved Stardust, because it's such a time waste. And
Yep.
one thing we didn't mention is that the only square that requires South is the Deathrite Bird in Carl's Hidden's Grave. Obviously, Matter does require as well. What I mean is, you want to do this from back section. You don't want to do this through South.
I cannot
But
believe
if you're gonna
Stone
go
Club.
South,
I cannot believe Stone Club just one cycled Renola. That's
well,
nasty.
it is a thing. It is a thing. Yeah, like some weapons have like base damage that allow you to get even with single status. Now, one thing that is funny, and I did this in a different game. I use Shura has done this in other games as well.
Shura's in trouble. Shura got a weird summon there. All right, he's good.
Yeah, the thing was doing Renala right after Red Wolf and not bothering putting code in our Wild Strikes. I did this with I forgot which weapon was, but it was without without double status.
Oh, wait, holy shit! Nexus is going for Borealis.
Okay.
Okay, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think this is like a great weapon for this, but definitely not the right not the right level of the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it is strike damage, though. This is a play that Sci-Fi did last weekend. Last weekend in their second game. He did very early Borealis. And dude, Stone Club's actually doing work.
Yeah, no, the damage is very good. Now, he doesn't have Warfrost Stomp. I mean, I know that Borealis is very resistant, but...
And Sci-Fi's going in for Nile right now. Sci-Fi's going for Nile right now. We're going to do a dual screen. Sci-Fi does have the Witching Branches. Oh my god. That was very unlucky from Sci. Okay. The Bewitching Branches did not go off ideally for Sci, but he's still alive, which is the most important thing. He needs to bait out the jump. Nexus gets a huge stagger there. And by the way, I think Sci-Fi and Shura pick the weapons. Well, granted Borealis, but Stone Club seemed to... Venomous Fang appeared to be better for Makar, but Stone Club seemed to outperform for DLC Rush by far, because Asim is having a very long fight with Renola here. Because yeah, like Shuro was not too far ahead. Shuro was maybe 20 seconds ahead. Oh my god, Asim died! Oh my god, Asim died. That's huge. Nexus gets Borealis down. Nicely done by Nexus. We're gonna go full screen with Sai here. But that's a massive death for Asim because Sai. That's a massive death for Asim because that was such a long... I'm shocked how long that Renola is with this weapon, and then to go down there.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have doesn't get a 2 cycle, right? A 1 cycle, I mean.
No way.
The first phase, and I mean, he does get the poison ticking, but that only makes it for a bit of a faster second cycle, right? So.
And by the way, okay, Sci-Fi gets clocked there, and he's out of heals. He has to go hitless.
Yeah, he's a bit far on the health.
Glasses are off for Sci-Fi. He's Not chilling like a villain anymore. I feel like I can, just because of the way that he's fighting very nervous. Like you can just tell. Like I can't really explain it, but you can, if you know, you know.
I know. You calculate every attack.
Big stagger. That's a lot of that was a lot of damage on the riposte.
Yeah, that's one of the great advantages of the claw.
He still has a lot of health bar to chew through and no deadly poison as of right now.
He might get a frost. Oh.
No, he's already frosted.
Weird angle of that attack.
Oh my god, whoa! Whoa, he got it. He got it. He got it. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a very, very important block on the diagonal here.
Yeah, and now, I mean, pressure is on for Asim because this weapon is not great against Rennala, and that this is and with that death, this is a very late DLC entry as is, right? You can't tilt here, right? You just need to accept the position because and finish this out, because if he were to die again, that would be devastating. Good news is though, Nexus absolutely popped off with that Borealis, right? And he's now going to go for Grafted Scion. That will even up the game at 2-2, but Shura has a 5-minute lead on the DLC.
Yeah, and not only that, but Sai's being very heads up here and going for Elemer. And already blocking column 1 before it becomes a thing.
Yeah, and Shura is making his way, probably, I think he's going straight for those Crucible Talismans. Which makes sense. This week in particular, the diagonal bingos, right? Because of their offensive, because of their mainly, if anything, their defensive properties, right? You cannot get counter bingoed if you get a diag, right? They've proved so valuable. And if you claim center square, you claim priority on both those diags. Like legitimately, I think center square is more valuable in this format than even singles. Very nicely done by Asim there. We're gonna go ahead with Nexus here for Scion. God, I am already on the...
Okay.
This game did not start... This game has started off crazy. I'm already on the edge of my seat, dude.
Yeah, the problem with this situation now for Nexus and Asim is that they're gonna get the column going, but Sai will just block with Elemer, and they will be staring at two very credible threats, which are row 2 and the diagonal from the top right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is probably time for Nexus to... Yeah, and that's what he's doing. Working on Kaled bosses, starting with the Falling Star Beast in Celia Tunnel.
Asim is just going to get his weapon online here. There is what other value? Is there any other value in Rao? The 3 Crucible Knights, right? Sure.
Legendary Spirit Ashes.
Well, that's upper Rao, right? Not Rao base. I was thinking.
Yeah,
like
Rao
upper,
base. Yeah, not ancient Rao. Yeah. You know, for ancient Rao, it's gonna be eventually killing that Devonia for the 3 Crucible Knight variants. But that is a square that requires Altus, so it's not like very high on the priority list.
Yeah, I'm just thinking long term.
If anything, it might be a Sai square down the line, a Sai and Nexus square. I mean, because, well, I think for Tower Princesses, it's gonna have to be a Nexus thing if that square ever becomes a necessity.
Yeah.
Because like Asim doesn't have the time to go to Rao at this point. Like he
Yeah.
needs to contest the other things.
I was just ultimately thinking like what was lost here, because Asim and Shura are more or less in the same spot, both going to the Forge. Asim is a little ahead, but like due to the death on Renala and just a slow fight in general, it's like what exactly did Asim lose? And he lost center square as well as potentially Crucible Knight Prio down the line.
Well, I mean, he probably already also lost at least beloved Stardust, right? Because whenever Shura decides to go, he's gonna be at a huge advantage because he's already in Church District.
Is he already in Church District as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he
that's how you
already,
get
yeah,
Crucibles.
he already went. Yeah, he already went all the way through back section. Wow. Yeah.
And this is a game that like Hippo could work, but because Crucible Talismans was center square, it made a lot more sense to go back section with like Scadu Tree Avatar, Beloved Stardust, Matter. Like you definitely want to go back section. Not you don't care about a fourth of a square uh, before three other squares, right? So
100%. Very nicely done by Sci-Fi there. Sci-Fi and Shura are on point here today. They're playing very, very well.
the timing of the Crucible, like every rush square, especially when it's done at like a fast pace, tells you exactly how much a player could have prepped, right? Sure did not have any incidents, so he is in a position where, uh, like, Asim knows exactly what he did, and basically what he did was kill Godric Renala and rush into the back section and get the Crucible Talismans. There was no time for him to get Stones to upgrade, so he's doing that now. So Asim is doing somewhat of a risky play, I would say. He is not contesting Legendary Spirit Ashes, at least not initially. He's trying to match the back section progression and maybe get Beloved Stardust uh, before Shuriken
Yeah, I also want to
as
point
a
out this is
block, both
very
on.
cool routing from Sci-Fi. He's using Castle Soul to get upgrade stones. That's really sick routing. Have you even seen that before, Rambler?
I've seen in Bingo Brothers they use Castle Salt to get sixes, but I did see a couple of like options with like he just got a five, and yeah, no, I've seen that, but not to that extent. One interesting one that I never actually implemented, but I'll leave the tip for people, and Sai could have done that instead of Castle Saw. Is there are fives in Shaded Castle, and especially through a Makar route, you only need two. It's very easy to get them in Shaded Castle. So Elemer is also a potential path for a max out weapon.
Yeah. So where is
Yeah,
Nexus
Asim
going?
is prioritizing Beloved Stardust, while Nexus is uh, friendly NPCs, I'd say.
Yeah, and Shura is going hard for Legendary Spirit Ashes here. They're just looking to keep piling the pressure on.
You know, that makes sense because this will put pressure on two lines simultaneously. And that's the way Shura likes to play this format. He wants to make sure that the opponent is not doing what they want to do, but what he wants them to do.
Rambler, two lines? This is going to put pressure on 4 lines. Row 2, row 3, diagonal, column 4.
No, Legendary Spirit Ashes only puts pressure on column 4 and
Well, I
row
know, but
3,
I'm saying
right?
they already have 2 other, like they're going to have 4 different bingo like pressures, right? In total,
Oh
because they
yeah,
already
of
have
course,
2.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like two additional pressure. That's what I meant.
And Sci-Fi's doing what you said. He's going for Fortisax.
Yeah, this is gonna be like potentially like game changing because it's gonna take some time. But that means like he can do 40 sacks and they won't know. Nexus and Asim won't know at that point whether Sai is gonna be working on more access to the GLC to do things that you can do fast there, like Death Knight or Chief Bloodfiend, or if he's gonna continue working on base game squares. So like a square like 46 signals of an intention, right? An intention to be able to go to the GLC whenever he wants, and that is gonna like make Nexus and Asim second guess themselves about what they should be doing to counter the play that Sai might be going for.
And Nexus is just kind of stuck doing some time sink squares, right? He's been working on friendly NPCs and Kayla Dragon Barrel bosses. Like those are just time sink squares.
Yeah, like he can make those work a little bit in his favor, like with guards, but like as a potential build up of row 4. But it's gonna be tough, right? Like to ask Asim to go for Centrina's Nectar and Chief Bloodfiend when he still needs to like catch up with map progression against Shura.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the next step for Shura is gonna be to go for uh, more access in the GLC in the form of going south and potentially doing the Death Ride Bird.
And Shura is just getting set up. Like this is where Shura is so dangerous because he has a maxed out weapon. He's about to mark Legendary Spirit Ashes in. Shura is the most dangerous when he's in a position where he can do whatever he wants to do. Right. Like, I mean, everyone is, to be fair, but I feel like especially Shura can be so deadly in these spots because he's so good with timing and just marking the worst like if you're the opposing team, the worst squares at the worst time, right?
Yeah, like I would say like a very big distinction. Not that I should compare everybody to myself, but like what I just said, like about like he wants the opponent to do what he wants them to do. Obviously, like everybody wants that, right? Like everybody wants the game to go their way. But with Shura, that usually means like making the opponent thinks that like their play sucks. I myself, I prefer to push my opponents into seemingly good plays, but longer plays that allow me to get what I want. While him prefers to like already push the trash in front of the opponent.
Yep. Gravity kills are not legal, by the way. If anyone is jumping in here, this is Elden Squares Bingo. It is base game plus DLC 2v2 bingo. I assume most people who are around have probably seen bingo brawlers before. But it is the same title, base game plus DLC 2v2, but that is where the similarities end. Base game players. Kenneth is allowed. Sorry, gravity kills are not allowed except Kenneth because fuck Kenneth. I swear to God that kick is intended. Everything else, yeah. So sorry about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Though I appreciate you jumping in and being on the nose as a ref. We thank you. We really do appreciate you being on top of the ball. That, but yeah, Kenneth and Moongram are exceptions. But yeah, base game plus DLC 2v2 bingo. Both players start in base game. You need to get Altus access to unlock the post Altus base game graces, and if you kill any 2 remembrances, you get access to the DLC in this format. There are no combined squares, and lastly, bingos do not win. They are plus 2 points in the first team to 13 points wins the game. Also, if you guys have any other questions, let us know. We'll either try to answer them on commentary or in chat. And one final thing. Final bit of promo. If you want to stay up to date in the bingo action, obviously you can drop a follow. I'm only 13 away from 1,000 followers, so I'd appreciate it. And join the Ignite community. This is a grassroots bingo community. We have multiple different leagues for players of all skill levels. So if you want to get into bingo, either as a player or just be a part of the community, we'd love to see you in Ignite. Pinned comment. And we're gonna have double Radon here on the board or on the screen.
Not only double Radon, but an Alex Q projected for Nexus. Like he was thinking like he's gonna go Radon and he's also gonna get his friendly NPC as a bonus.
Yeah, this is really smart routing by Nexus, right? Because he has to. These Kaled, and he really needs Kaled bosses, and he really needs friendly NPCs, but these are just time sinks, right? Finding a way to kind of weave them together is very big. And ASIM is going really hard for the Beloved Stardust. It is a very important block, but it's quite a ways away. What do you think about this, Rambler?
I think the problem is he's not getting south progress, like because at this point, Beloved Stardust is okay, right? But it's okay because it kind of signals a double square. Signals matter as well, but you need south access for that, and Shura is about to get that. Like Shura is at the same time very unpredictable in like how he holds squares, but he's very predictable in how he progresses through the board and through the map. So he doesn't want to go for the next square. He wants to build his access and then decide based on what the opponent tells was done, what he wants to go next.
You heard it here first. Rambler giving you the inside scoop on how to beat Shura, one of the only players to do so. You know, this is Rainbow Goat, Professor Rambler, for a reason.
Yeah, the reason why I beat him in that game was because I got the square that wins games, and like he said that like whoever wins X in base game just wins the game, and I think I understand what he means, but like at that point I think he was defeated. He felt like he could not win.
To clarify for you, Sirius, he said he's very unpredictable with his timing of marks, but very predictable with like his routing and how he goes about marking his squares, right?
Interesting that Sai is pushing the Kaled bosses angle.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be his second, like Commander O'Neill. He's gonna kill all the commanders. I wonder if he's gonna go for guys next.
And Nexus did already kill Falling Star Beast, but he's going for that last friendly NPC. This Kaled boss's race could be very close. What is Nexus? Is Nexus going for Gostok for his last friendly NPC? As Shura does get ADM down, so we'll go ahead and go full screen with Sai here.
Yeah, that's not a good choice, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, are you necessarily expecting... Yeah.
By the way, there's one particular interesting thing. You could progress 46 all the way to the point where Fia is up there. And say you get sniped. Fia is a friendly NPC that you can kill.
Oh my god.
Like Sai got the hugs and everything, but he didn't progress it further.
There goes Beloved Stardust for ASIM. Yeah, I do kind of wonder if they're worried about the long line, because I will say with that, like Wolf, Lion, Bear, Hippo, and Scattertree avatar, right? Those two squares, Wolf, Lion, Bear, Hippo, and Scattertree, they kind of work against each other, right? Because Scattertree obviously necessitates back section, but for Wolf, Lion, Bear, Hippo, you would want to kill Hippo and go front side, right?
Yes and no, because with the progression that you have at Rao base, you could do Rugalia instead of Hippo as your secondary boss from the GLC. Obviously, Ralva Hippo is a better path, but because you're not using the Hippo for progression, that square is gonna be a little bit dead for a while. If anything, I would consider maybe... the problem is Ballarat is not very strong, like there's nothing in Ballarat here, but you also want to consider the Dancing Lion for that square because 5 different remembrances is on the board.
And there go the friendly NPCs. We have a Kaled bosses race here as Sci-Fi is going for the Deathbird This will be Nexus and Psy are both at 2 Caelid bosses. Nexus is setting up Crucial Light Misbegotten Warrior Duo. Psy gets absolutely blasted there by the pot guy who's throwing pots at him. Shura is in on Chief Bloodfiend as well. Big stagger there for Psy. Okay, he should get this down. No, doesn't get the riposte. Stay with him for just a second longer.
Now, Nexus is doing synergy by doing Crucible Knight and Misbegotten as one of the Caelid bosses.
All right, Psy
but
gets
if he loses
down.
the square,
and you got Nexus and Shura here. Yeah, I agree though, Rambo, right? If he loses the Caelid boss's square, it's kind of doesn't matter. Like, it's pretty cooked, right?
it's pretty much over, right? Like, because you need to go for 2 very long distance ones here.
Shura gets that down. Let's go ahead and get Nexus and Psy on the dual screen here. They are racing for Caelid bosses. It is currently 3-2 in favor of Sci-Fi. Psy has done Commander O'Neill. He has done Radon, and then whatever the hell he just killed. Deathrite Bird.
Deathrite Bird.
Meanwhile, Nexus has done Falling Star Beast and Radon now working on Crucible Light Misbegotten Warrior Duo. And Psy's damage is much better. His weapon's higher level. Like, Stone Club's doing well, but his damage is better.
Yeah, I don't know how much Nexus actually upgraded the weapon. I saw him grabbing, like, he did Falling Star Beast, but I don't know, I didn't see if he got the 6s in Deep Root.
And speaking of Deathrite Birds, we now have Shura there on the bottom right working on the Deathrite Bird in Karo's Hidden Grave. Sci-Fi gets rotted. Nexus really needs it. Power Princess really needs a death here.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, Sci-Fi does have to stall. I think he's gonna go grab the Grace. Does he reset the fight entirely? He might. Nexus is switching to Moonrithals. Nexus does reset the fight entirely. We're gonna go full screen with Shura here. Sci-Fi's back in on Exyx there on the bottom right. Yeah, okay, Nexus is going Colossal, so problem is, where's your block on the call on the diag, right? Because if they get that whole diagonal, right, as Deathrite Bird goes down there, we'll go with Psy. If they get that entire diagonal, they're at 7 right now. 3 squares is 10, 2 bonus points is 12, and then they're only 1 square away. Like, you cannot allow Tower Princess cannot allow Time Complexity to get the diag. They have to block it somehow. And it doesn't look like it's going to be Caelid Dragon Barrel bosses. Because this is Psy's final one. This is his 5th.
Yeah, this is a very tough situation for Tower Princesses. I really don't see how they, like, the only way they could come back now is basically just calling the bluff.
Yeah, because Shura's going Imbibe right. Shura's going Imbibe right now. And Sci-Fi has DLC access. He has 2 Remembrances Dead.
No, he only has 1. Only has Radon.
Nope, never mind. I'm stupid.
Well,
okay, so then could Nexus go Colossal and then block with Dagger, Blade of Mercy?
That might be the way right now. Like, that might be the way. Because, but he also doesn't have any progress towards Volcano Manor, right? And if Psy decides to go now to Volcano Manor, he's ahead.
Yeah.
He's gonna be behind in Remembrances, but we know he prepped 40 sacks, so it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, Tower Princesses they've been on the back foot all day, right? Since the start of the match, they've just been responding to threats, right? And unable to really create their own threats and get them going, right? Because like the Caelid bosses was a problem, but also on the other hand, right? Who knows? Like Sai could have done Colossal on Radahn into Gargs, right? And then there's the bingo on the column 4, right? It's so difficult. They're in such a tough spot.
Oh, sure, I almost died into the
Yeah,
Fisher
sure, really
birds.
cut it close there on the bird.
No, I gotta say one thing like about this square specifically. It's very tilt-inducing to run through this area. So it is great to do the square when you're ahead, and you can like, okay, I can just run through here, take my time, kill the worms. If you're behind, you don't want to go there. Like you really feel like you're gonna lose if you go there. So
Yeah.
that's like Asim's not even trying, and I think that's the right call. I think what they
And
need to do is call the bluff on the diagonal for like to some extent, and make sure that you don't get too far into the block before you lose by majority, right? Well,
yeah.
I mean, you lose 13 points in this format, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. I know what you mean. Because like at this point, a bingo, right? Whether or not, yes, it
a
wouldn't
bingo's
actually
irrelevant.
be It wouldn't actually be 13, but a bingo would end the game, like for all intents and purposes, right? Granted, I always say it's not over till it's over, and that is true, but 90% win chance plus, right? If they are able to get that. We do have Asim fighting Hippo, but his stream is dying, so hopefully everything's good. So Asim's going for Hippo, Sci-Fi is going for Fortisax,
46.
Shura is going for Imbibe, aka PK, and then Nexus is going for Noble to get Dagger Talisman. He already got Blade of Mercy. The biggest thing here is I feel like this entire game, Nexus has just been on a wild goose chase, like trying to chase down these very long squares. Meanwhile, yeah, like having to multi prep them, right? Like, already got burned on
And
the
also,
Caelid bosses there.
yeah, also like kind of like getting the priorities wrong, right? Like friendly NPCs is definitely a problem, but I think I mean column 3
Oh,
would
as
definitely
Asim
be a
goes down
problem.
there to the Hippo,
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
I feel like, I mean,
Like,
that's just tilt and like that's just like tilt and pressure, right? Because that you're up against it, and like you're just like, all right, I gotta have the fight of my life, I got greed, right? And doesn't go your
also,
way.
yeah, also there's one interesting feature. Like, it's very good to fight the hippo with Impaling Thrust. But Impaling Thrust is a deceitful Ash of War. The poise damage that it causes varies based on motion value of the weapon. So, like, the Impaling Thrust of a Grey Katana is much stronger than the Impaling Thrust of a Venomous Fang. So you might like be used to get like the stagger a bit faster than you usually would. Uh, and with the Fang, with the Venomous Fang, you might be in a, like having to hit more to get the same level of
Yeah.
staggers.
Oh, and Shura goes down. Hey, you know what? That's the first mistake that we've seen all day from time complexity there. As Shura dies to PK. We're actually gonna go ahead and go to the quad screen here as we have Hippo. PK will be in the top right in just a second, and then Fortisax in the bottom right, and Nexus will be making his way towards Noble really soon, right? That one death isn't game lose, is not like, doesn't make the biggest difference, but it's a crack in the armor that the Tower Princesses need in this game to come back. They don't need a knight in shining armor, they need a knight with brutally beaten and cracked armor from the other team.
They need the putrescent knight.
The putrescent knight, yes.
Our stalling champion. Or like I like to call him, Knight's Cavalry the Remembrance.
Man, I want to give credit to Sci-Fi though. Sci-Fi's a very nice job by Asim though. But of course, if I say this, he's gonna die. But I have faith in my boy. Sci-Fi's looked so good, like this season.
Oh yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. I think a lot of the attention has been on Shura, but Sci-Fi has played so well, right?
Every Jordan needs a Pippin, right?
Yeah.
And Pippin wasn't bad.
And there goes the Lynch Dragon down there. Really fantastic job by Sai. He's playing incredibly today. We're going to go ahead with Shura and Nexus here on the dual screen as Nexus is in on Noble.
Now, Asim is working and Shura is not on the square, so I like even with the death to the hippo, I would expect Asim to get this.
The Wolf Lion Bear Hippo square.
Yeah, and Night Boss is gonna be tied. Like Nexus has one. He will probably go to Siluria after getting this block on the diagonal.
I will say
So
once Nexus gets Blade of Mercy and Dagger, and if Asim gets Wolf Lion Bear Hippo, then there's no bingos left. They have no more threats to address. But will it be too little, too late? Are Asim or our Nexus words are Sci-Fi and Shura just in too dominant of a position? Is it too much to come back from? I mean, we'll find out.
I think there's some like space here for Tower Princesses to come back. Let's pencil in the Blade of Mercy and Dagger. It's about to get marked. He only needs to basically do the path. There is a couple minutes. Sai is working on Death Knight, from what I can see. Like he grabbed Sacred Order, the Ash of War. And he's going through this path probably to get Smithing Stone 7s as well.
Yeah.
And then go for the Death Knight. Asim is about to get Lion Hippo, so that would be probably 11. Now this is what I say about unpredictable Shura. Like he killed PK. He has no info on Asim. Zero info on Asim. He could get sniped right now.
Yeah, he could get sniped, but I understand it, right? Because we'll go big screen here with Asim. Sorry, my apologies. Sometimes I get so wrapped into the game, I forget to change it. Chat, yell at me if I fuck that up. But, you know, the one thing is, I understand why you'd be worried about getting sniped on Scattertree, but if I'm Shura, if I get sniped on, if I lose Scattertree but win 5 Remembrances, I take that. I take that every day in this position, right?
So no, but so the thought process here is that they don't know if he's going down there or if he's doing something else. So they will keep doing whatever they're doing. He already did it, and then he can get 2 out of the 3 squares basically.
Mm-hmm. There goes Blade of Mercy and Dagger for Talisman for Nexus. Dude, the fact that Shura didn't actually do the Imbibe, he's such a psycho. He's such a psycho. I just realized that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's that's the problem. Like how do you play against someone like this? Like because there's no problem in doing it. Like he barely gets something out of it except the remembrance that now he has 3. And he has a night boss, I guess. Like that's it, right? So he's risking losing a square that takes a very long time to do.
Yeah, to me, I mean, you gotta wonder, right? Like it seems like it's working out for him right now. I feel like he is flying he does fly very close to the sun, like with this stuff, right? You gotta wonder, like, it feels like it's a matter of time until it catches up to him, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, like, I think, I mean, it's the kind of thing that like he's getting lucky, like because there is absolutely zero indication up until now that Asim was working on anything but that block, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you were to,
And
the
that
thing is though,
and
I
Asim
guess
started working on that square before
I,
Shura even
I
went down.
I think he has the confidence go to hold it probably because of the colossal mark. Because it's just so logical. Like they need one block on that column, right? On that diag, right? You don't need two, you need one. And I can see from his perspective saying, Remembrance Colossal, that's probably likely his second Remembrance, and and Nexus is now going Blade of Mercy Dagger. They're not gonna send Asim to Imbibe, right? He's gonna work on something else. So that's why I can hold. I would
Yeah,
imagine that was the thought process.
now he has every reason to hold it. He didn't have a reason a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
The only reason was to like, I don't know, if he loses that square, he can still kind of get 5 remembrances without them knowing.
Oh, never mind.
But
Shura's going straight in for Scatter so screw this Crucible Knight and change the music. They need some mistakes here by Shura. Tower Princesses need a late death here by Shura. They really need it.
yeah,
Because Asim's going Scatter. Like they need Shura to die and they need to snipe Scatter. If that can happen, there's a chance. That's just what they need.
yeah, and I think it was like a small mistake by Asim to not drain the water when he was first passing by, because he was going for Beloved Stardust. Like that was almost like zero chance that Shura was going to work on that at that point.
Yep, and now it appears Nexus might be making his way towards Devonia for Crucible Knights. Good phase 1 by Shura. As Sci-Fi there continues to work on that Death Knight in the bottom right. We're gonna go, we'll get Sci-Fi a little bit bigger. We'll go ahead and go to the dual screen here. We'll bring Asim up as he races to chase Shura on Scatter Avatar, and then we have Sci-Fi fighting that Death Knight there. Because yeah, if the meta if they are able to snipe Scatter Avatar, right? You think about the remaining squares for. It's easier to think about from the perspective of the team that's ahead, right? Like Sci-Fi will get Death Knights, right? Eventually, Imbibe, and probably Remembrance.
Even if he dies,
right?
it's not a problem.
These 3 squares are going to be really hard to contest for the Tower Princesses, right? There's a chance they're able to hold the line though with everything else, right? Because Asim or Nexus Asim is ahead very much so on meta, and then it would just need to be the right call between Valiant Gargs and Demi-Human Queens there. But Shura, this is phase 2. This is the big one. He needs to. If he gets through this, he should be good.
Phase 3.
Yeah, phase 3. And there it is. There it is. And now Shura goes and imbibes like a psycho. Oh my god, he's disgusting. He's so disgusting. This is just other like that's gross. That is disgusting from Shura.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make much sense, to be quite honest. He's expecting them to waste time, obviously. But
Yeah.
They didn't even waste time. Like they never went for it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like his whole play
I
style,
guess
especially.
this is went for it a little bit, but
I mean, I feel like that's his whole play style with this format. His goal is just to get the opposing team to waste time, right? Because it's so important, right? Even if it doesn't like directly result in a snipe that you see, right?
yeah, he said like there was a game. There was a game. I played against him. I forgot who else was, like, because
Asim
the only
waving to the
important
camera
thing
there.
was that was the square, the Dragon Crest and two-handed, and he claimed that he waited, like he had the grace like set up to get the talisman, and he waited for me to show that I was going to go for the square because I marked something else, and he timed it to get the snipe like 5 seconds
Yeah.
from like me getting it. And I'm gonna say it was very well timed, but it was a practice match, so he was just BMing me. He said he waited to mark the square, right? Like he was there, like he could have marked like 2 minutes, but he wanted to waste my time. And I told him, sure, it doesn't matter if I'm wasting my time if you're also wasting yours.
Yeah, I mean that's just how he put. Like
it doesn't matter.
Dude, it's one of these things where if Shura's just has like the sixth sense or something, if he didn't consistently do this in practice games and stuff, like you would think he's cheating, right? Like it's just how he plays, and it's consistent, right, all the time, right? And I don't know.
No, unless if he cheats every single game, including the practice.
Yeah, like and how would you, right?
Yeah.
All right,
how
but this will
like you're not even watching.
Yeah, right. Like I'm saying, like if we knew nothing about Shura and he just showed up and did this every game, like I would think he's cheating, right? It's the fact that he does it all the time. It just is insane. But this is Shura for the game here with his favorite fight, Rolana. And also, I know we've been talking about Shura being a psycho, but this was only possible because Sci-Fi played lights out. I believe he was deathless today. Just an insane game from Sci-Fi, an insane team game all around. And Time Complexity are gonna move to 4-0, and they look, especially there were some cracks I think in the first 2 weekends, but this weekend in both their games they have looked absolutely dominant.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's kind of insane that the closest game they got was against a team that is now 0-3, right?
I mean, it just shows how close this league is, right?
Exactly, and they are prevailing, so that shows something, right? That says something. Oh, but Rolana wants to have some fun. Well,
and
no
there
fun
it is.
Any longer.
There it is. 13-7 win. Absolutely a statement win there for Time Complexity. Just insane by all parties. Like Asim and Nexus, like they played well, but they were on the back. They were under pressure on the back foot the entire time, and it really is one of those games we talk about it. It happens sometimes where it's like you just GG's, right? Like, yeah. There's nothing more to say, right? They just played amazing.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a train coming to you. You need to stop the train somehow. It's not that easy. Yeah. So Nexus and Asim were on the wrong side of that today.
Yeah. Well, we will go ahead and bring Sai, Shura, Asim, and Nexus in for the post-match interview.
Because I had my chat closed.
Welcome in, gentlemen. Welcome in. GG's. Shura, you're a psycho. You're a psycho.
Okay, yes. I know. Me and Sai were talking about it. I was like, how do I play this? I understand what I should have done in the correct order now. I played it incorrectly because I was trying to hide the fact that I could do remembrances, but...
No, I mean, it worked out for you, but first off...
I should have done Avatar.
So now it makes more sense. So what you wanted to hide that So, but you don't do the fight in that case, right? Like you don't do PK before.
No,
doing
that's what I was saying. I was saying the side. I was like, why the fuck did I do? I was like, wait a second. I was like, I should have just gone for Avatar afterwards and then go back to PK straight into Imbibe. Not, yeah. That was. I made a mistake.
I mean,
I didn't know if I could.
regardless though, like, I just want to say, like, Asim and Nexus, I thought you guys played well. The Sci-Fi and Shura were just
Meh.
on. They were on another level today, right? Like this was one of those games where it's just GG, right? Like they just were insane, right? Like Sai, I believe you were deathless. Shura had the one death to PK, but other than that, and like you guys were under pressure the entire time. But you know, talking with the winners here, Time Complexity, you guys.
Yeah, give us the wit. I'm just kidding.
You guys, I mean, you've looked amazing in both your games this weekend, right? Like obviously you went 2-0, but there were some, there were maybe some there were some kind of weaknesses, but this weekend, both your games, you've looked lights out. You now moved to 4-0. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good. I guess the same way we felt yesterday. We played Friday. Same feeling for me. It's good to be 4-0 now, especially because we beat like actually there's no free game actually, so never mind. It doesn't even matter. We still gotta win. We still gotta keep playing and winning.
Yes, and I do. Nexus, yes, you played very, very well. Nexus was deathless as well. He wants to make sure everyone knows he's sick, so he's muted.
I feel bad for Nick. Yeah, I was like,
you guys were just. Ultimately, you were just under pressure the entire time. Like there were so many threats to address, right? And you were just under pressure the entire time, right?
Yeah, I also just kind of wasn't really thinking about my weapon. There's no way you would have known this, but I got up while you were doing the introductions and went to the bathroom, and board had already started, but it doesn't matter. I was like 10 seconds late and I just was kind of rushing my setup. I was like, oh, I've used that weapon before. I'll use it in this game. And it was bad. It did not, and also was really bad for the board, but.
What weapon did you have?
Venomous.
I had Venomous.
You guys used the same weapons, but you played it.
Swapped.
You guys played it.
We swapped it.
We swapped, and it ended up being much better for like how you played it, right? Like Venomous Fang it was ass on Renala. In Renala in particular, it was terrible.
It was horrible. I'll never use that weapon for a DLC rush ever again.
That's a base game weapon, dude.
Venomous Fang is a good weapon.
Yeah, Nexus wanted it.
I use claws for the initial rush, and it's just legit. The only problem is Renala. Like she's like the actual like demon that will stop you. Whenever I used hook claws in practice games, I always get fucked up by her. But I wanted Stone Club. It was either that or Mulaney, but I was thinking that Crucible Talisman was too important, so I needed to like full race that.
Did you do back section for that?
Yes, I did do back section. Yeah, just straight up. It wasn't a full rush because I was. I think I made a mistake in my routing, so I thought maybe really I'd lose it. I thought maybe I'd lose it, so I grabbed the Devonia Grace. Otherwise, if you're full rushing that, you just keep going ahead. And honestly, I probably should have done that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you would have known, but like my DLC time was just so compromised. Even by the time I was doing my first fight with Renala, I died at 17 minutes and she was at 75% health, like around there, maybe 60%. Like it was not good.
Yeah.
I thought we were racing Crucible Talismans, and that's why I went Spirit Ashes next, because I was like, he probably doesn't have anything in this pathway.
I was.
You
at the beginning. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you would have had Spirit Ashes then, right? If you joined earlier, or would you have gone?
Boys, let's save this for Pink Pony.
Fine.
I do want to give I want to also give a shout out to Sai here, because Sai, you out Nexus on the blood tax at the start of the game, man.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We were racing that for sure, right?
Did you do the
Yeah.
versions thing, or did you do Makar?
He did Makar.
I did
It just his routing was like the weapons were different, but honestly, it was just a little bit better routing and a little bit better lines from
Nexus
Sai.
was behind. Nexus was behind, but he got lost, like going for the invader a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Regardless, like I know I practiced that square personally, right? I never got sub 13. Some of that is loading screen, of course, but
Wait, you got sub 13?
Yeah, I got like.
Yes,
Yeah,
I got like 1230 something, right?
What the fuck?
No, look, I got 1254, and honestly,
54.
I've practiced that square a bunch of times, like using live split, like in particular Makar route into Blood Tax Ashavor. Like I found like what I thought was like the ideal way to like spawn the invader, despawn the invader, and then I have like a quit out tech to get the scarab like into a particular corner of that cave where it just gets stuck. So like I've just like super practiced that particular rush.
well, that's what I was saying, and I said, "Oh my god, if he doesn't quit out, he gets a sub 13." But actually, you even quitting out, you got it. So
The fastest I ever did was like 9:12 or something, but I was doing virgins.
Damn.
Yeah.
For
What?
ASIM, I chose Stone Club this game solely because of the Deathrite Bird and
Yeah.
PK. Yeah, that was the only reasons.
Yeah.
I mean,
Otherwise,
there's
the weapon-
Death Knight too, right? Like it's just, I just made a really grave error, I think, with that, and it was a learning experience, if anything, for me at
Yeah, I was
this
about to
point in the
say,
format, which is funny to me.
like,
What I was
Stone
worried
Club's-
about
Yeah.
is if Nexus would have done Dectus, he could have like just handily beaten me to blood tax. Because you can touch the Alta's Grace around 9:15, so you can beat Makar by like about a minute. It's like if you want to undermine like your opponent, you can just get the medallions, and
Guys,
you do sack a little bit of prep, but
hold up, I'm gonna cut in here. We have the Crucible game is a 12 to 12 Loger race right now. The Crucible game that's going on.
huge.
We're gonna go ahead and just get this up. This is gonna be scuffed. We only have one POV because the other team is streaming in
I gotta
Discord.
see this.
But we see
I gotta
Fitz
see
here
it, bro.
going for Loger. It is 12 to 12 between Base Mommy and Daddy and Team Corruption. This is for the win here. Does he already have Loger dead, Lemon? We're jumping straight in here. We only have one POV, but this is crazy.
and
this is actually a-
Loger.
This is actually a big. Oh wait, Nexus, where'd you get your Colossal? Oh, I guess he's gonna text it. I'll look and check.
There goes Loger down.
Mm.
And they get it. That is the win for Team Corruption. Like last minute there, we jump in. The win for Team
Oh my
Corruption,
God.
13 to 12.
Oh my god, look at that board. That board is symmetrical.
Yeah, symmetrical board too. Shout out
It was going to be
Team
symmetrical either way.
Corruption. Huge win there. Sorry to jump in, guys, but Lemon told me it was 12 to 12. I was like, hold up, let me see if I can get something orchestrated here. Because yeah, we had a Crucible game going on in the Discord at the same time. Holy shit. Congratulations to Team Corruption there for getting the win. What a game. I have no idea how close it was. Literally just hopped in last second there, but
That was
congrats to
another
them.
undefeated affair.
Yeah. Well, that was sorry about that. Sorry about that, boys. Hope everyone enjoyed that. That was unexpected and exciting. Shout out to Team Corruption getting it done in the Crucible. Sci-Fi, thank you so much for the raid.
Of course, dude. Of course.
On that note,
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier if I can, just really quickly, like
yeah, of course.
You asked us how we felt, and like last time I was just like thinking too much about like, oh, myself, like how are we doing in the league or whatever. Like I was just reflecting on it later. Like I'm just like really happy that we have this league. Like we have the level of competition, that we have the interest of players, that we have, like the production value that you bring to it, like the platform that we have for everyone to kind of like express their skill. Like for me, it's just fulfilling enough to be like involved in this, like what I think is like this scale of an event. So for me, that's just like, that's the fulfilling part of it. And like, that's what makes me happy. And obviously like getting to work with Shura closely as a teammate after all of the modding work we've done is just like the cherry on top. And like, so for me, like I'm having fun with this whole thing, and I'm just really glad like to be a part of it and proud of what everyone's put into this and what it's become basically.
Well, it wouldn't be possible without, everyone, right? Obviously, you're a huge part of that. You made the damn mod. But from commentators, players, community members, people watching, right? Like, everyone makes this special, right? Whether you're, myself or Sai or Rambler or just, someone watching and enjoying the action, right? I could say for me personally, it means a lot because to have an audience, like this of people who really love and care about the league, because I've been in the grassroots scene for a very long time with Bingo, right? And I know how talented all of you guys are. And to let you guys feel like superstars for 2 hours every Sunday or every weekend is pretty fucking awesome. Because you deserve it and you all work so hard. So, yeah.
Well, we thank you for that, dude, because it's really cool.
Well, all right.
Yeah, thank you, Who's. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you guys for playing. We do need to go ahead and get set here for the final match of the day. It will be Harv and J-Man versus Amp and Falcon in the Crucible. I want to say thank you so much to Rambler for joining me in commentary. Thank you so much to Sci-Fi, Shura, Nexus, Asim for playing. Also, guys, make sure to give Sci-Fi a follow in particular. Obviously, like, he's the GOAT, but also he is doing commentary on the Rookie Rumble games. So he's really taking over commentary on Rookie Rumble stuff. So if you want to stay up to date watching Rookie Rumble bingo commentary, you need more of the bingo drug, definitely follow Sci-Fi to get more bingo in your system. And with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we will be right back.